defenders have been given. Like,
One love to everybody tuned in. With it being close to the end of the Premier League season and the transfer window about to kick off in full effect, we might as well look at what the latest news, views, opinions, rumours and talking points concerning Arsenal Football Club are concerned. As we know, the dream is free, the hustle is sold separately. For a variety of reasons, several players are linked to not just our football club, but several football clubs. Now, I'm sure you've seen rumours coming out in relation to Jules Kounde. He's not happy about playing right back, and maybe his agent is putting pressure on Barcelona to sort that out or to get another deal. Maybe he genuinely wants to leave Barcelona after what appears, surely it's only been one season where they've won the league. Who knows? But he was a man that the Athletic said Arsenal tried to get before Benjamin White. Manchester United and Chelsea have been linked with him as well. Manchester United are reportedly in battle with Arsenal over a deal to sign Barcelona defender Jules Kounde this summer, as per Spanish outlet, whatever that is. I don't know if they're the most creditable, but the 24-year-old has enjoyed a solid debut campaign. However, Xavi has been using Kounde, who's a centre-back by traits, at right-back due to the lack of options. And according to this report, he doesn't want to play in the full-back position. Has done that at Bordeaux, has done that obviously for Barcelona, has done that for France. Again, I personally think you look more like a right back than a centre back, if I'm honest, but he's a quality one, really. Man United needs centre back, so do we. Potentially, Chelsea need to get rid of some and bring some in. The Premier League are the richest league out of all the top five. So we're always going to get linked with these big money additions, people. He doesn't want to play fullback, so we'll hand in a transfer request if his situation doesn't change, which is why I think they signed Joao Cancelo. They just signed him last summer. He was bought for around 50-odd million quid. He's still got 4 years left on his deal, so it's going to have to take money, a serious amount of it, to get him, apparently. It's been suggested Barcelona are planning to cash in on some of their assets to balance the books amid financial difficulty. That's where you see them, well, better yet, their players, the Rafinhas, the Ferran Torreses, the Ansu Fatis, so on and so forth. Kessié linked with moves away, people. So if he's a means to an end to allow them to buy Zubimendi, bring back Messi, confirm the signings of Cancelo and Gundogan and everything else, this is where the bit of creative journalism starts to come into it. Obviously he would fit Arsenal like a glove. He doesn't appear on TV the tallest. I don't actually know how tall he is, but he's decent in the air. Modern day fullback, you have to be able to play out wide. Play out from the back. Obviously, he can play as a fullback as well. That would give Arsenal another dimension if the inevitable injuries or loss of form or fixture pileup starts to become a case, really and truly. He would be an ideal signing to play in Arteta or Ten Hag's possession-based style of football, which is true, but it remains to be seen if both clubs will bid, if both clubs think the deal is feasible, if both clubs are actually interested in him beyond just maybe the roles they need to invest in, and obviously the admiration for how good the player is. But allegedly, Manchester United, Manchester City, who probably will buy a centre-back, especially if Laporte leaves, Arsenal and Chelsea, who have were in a big race to sign him from Barcelona. I know Chelsea fans are not really happy with Kounde, and they take every opportunity to get him on social media, are all among the options if Kounde's departure materializes, people. Allegedly, Premier League clubs once again have shown an interest. That is by Gerard Romano. Several Premier League clubs are interested in Jules Kounde. What does several mean? Okay, let's say Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City, potentially Liverpool. You can't rule out Newcastle United. They're in the Champions League and they probably will surprise the market with a blockbuster sign-in or signings. So we'll have to see, really. And there's probably some other clubs. You lot know I'm a big fan of Zubimendi. I don't think Arsenal are going to get him. Apparently, Xavi has made it very clear that he wants Zubimendi to replace Busquets, who will be departing, as will Jordi Alba, if you're paying attention to Barcelona reports. No matter what, he is a favourite, and they've been on the offensive charm. I'm a big fan of Victor Roque. It looks like he will go to Barcelona. Gerard Romano said the signing of Victor Roque is in the hands of Deco, who believes Barcelona can sign him for 30 million euros plus variables, and they need to outsmart and outpip Real Madrid in the Brazilian market. Real Madrid been sweeping up that market, and the Viniciuses, the Rodrigos of this world, etc., Endrick to come in. It's crazy. The only one that ain't really done much is it Ranier. I can't remember his name, but yeah, people. So we'll have to see exactly what's going on there. Barcelona have been startled by Kounde's sudden desire to leave the club just 1 year after joining from Sevilla. Sources have told 90 Minute, allegedly. Barcelona are surprised with this development and not impressed with him, people. So who knows, really and truly. When asked, the Barcelona director on yesterday evening, said that the club will resolve internal situations internally. He's on huge wages, obviously, and they would demand about 80 million euros. Is Arsenal going to do that? Where the bulk of our things that we're going to spend are probably going to be in midfield, whether we sign Lavia, Zubamendi, Caicedo, Onana, Declan Rice, so on and so forth. Obviously, we're not really the only tangible wide man links I see with us really appears to be Moussa Diaby. That's going to set you back 50 odd million quid. You can make a case of not needing to buy a couple of additions defensively. So Kounde would give us a new dimension, would be a blockbuster signing of sorts for us going into the Champions League, but I can't see it happening, people. And Barcelona have also been linked with Kimmich, ironically, so have we, who's questioning his future at Bayern Munich. So again, the dream is free, the hustle is sold separately. This article said 3 reasons why this individual allegedly wants to leave. He wants to play his preferred centre-back position. There are several clubs interested in signing him. Again, I'm not even going to bother with that. It just appears someone's creative journalism. Once again, talks will be discussed internally with him, people. These are internal situations that we will resolve internally, said the director over there. Sacha Boey allegedly is moving closer. The Frenchman who plays in Turkey for Galatasaray to sign him for Arsenal. Arsenal is seriously interested in signing Galatasaray's Sacha Boey and have initiated contact over a potential deal in the summer. I'd prefer Fresneda, but who knows, people. And with us selling Torreira to Galatasaray, maybe that's helped improve relations. Apparently, his employers are demanding a fee of around 25 million euros to sanction the deal. It's almost a similar fee to what Real Valladolid want for Ivan Fresneda. Now, I'm not watching Turkish football. I can't really tell you how good or bad Sacha Boey is, but I'd prefer Fresneda. The exit door will be open for Boey if there's an offer of around 25 million euros, but the report states the Istanbul club are also opening to bargaining the price. Timur, who I guess is a high-ranking official at the club, could meet Arsenal officials in London to find out if they're willing to invest to sign the fullback in the summer. He has 1 goal and 4 assists in 34 appearances for his side currently. We've been linked with Malcom again. I don't really believe this. I do think if you was to assess all the wingers, he probably is on the list, probably Pedro Neto revisited, attentive to what's going to happen with Rafinha. Diaby seems high up the rankings, and there's probably some others. We've obviously scouted Malcom before. He's had the finally finding his feet in Russia. Barcelona was a circus for him to join. His career has just been handled like a circus. He's quite volatile. But owing to our need for a winger, obviously our Brazilian links, time kind of being on his side, maybe he'll be less expensive than others, excluding his wages. Arsenal have been linked with, Malcom of Zenit St. Petersburg, formerly of Bordeaux, Barcelona, and I'm sure there's actually a club I'm missing out. He's been in brilliant form allegedly in Russia, and clubs are alert to the situation. For what it's worth, a journalist has said Malcom is in the middle of some transfer talk at the moment. He's had a sensational season for Zenit. He has 30 goal contributions in total. He has some big clubs who have been impressed by him, PSG, but also Arsenal, City and Newcastle, who we've also been told have been taking note, keeping an eye on this one. Malcom is very much a wanted man. It won't be an easy one, but I think Zenit will sell. For how much and what wages is he on in Russia? I'm sure, he's on some handsome wages. Once again, we've spoken on Sacha Boey. If we look at Joao Cancelo, apparently Arsenal have been given a boost in our pursuit of him, people. In relation to, him probably departing, really. Apparently, Pep Guardiola wants to get rid and he's not here for it. The Germans are highly unlikely to activate his buy option. Apparently, Tuchel said, I have the impression that Cancelo feels very comfortable here, but all parties are part of the decision. His desire in training is unique. I have the feeling that he's really happy. We'll discuss everything else after the end of the season. So, Goal.com's done us a bit dirty, people. Apparently, DiMarzio said, I don't think Guardiola is a coach who will say, no, you don't have to go there because he's superior. He thinks he's superior in every dynamic in football. I don't think he'd put a negative situation for him, in brackets, Joao Cancelo, to go. And I don't think Guardiola wants to say no to Arsenal or Arteta because he's a friend of Arteta. I don't think he'll say no. I mean, after what Zinchenko and Jesus have done with us, I think he'll think twice about selling us players, but who knows, people? We'll have to see. He did go on to say, but if he wants to get Cancelo, it will be another fantastic move because it is a demonstration that they want to compete in a massive way with City again to win the Premier League. Some would say, as great as City players are, if you keep buying players of City, how can you expect to compete with them, really? And I don't believe that, but that's what I see in some of my comments. Smash the like button. Speaking of comments, let me know how you lot feel and what we've gone over. According to Mondo Deportivo, Ruben Neves has turned down a deal from Arsenal as he is waiting for Barcelona to make a bid for him. Apparently, the Barcelona board want to sign him. Xavi isn't necessarily keen and will only sanction him if Kessié leaves. It seems that Zubamendi, Messi, potentially Bernardo Silva, Cancelo, Gundogan seem to be top-ranking targets for Barcelona. We have scouted Onana at Lille before. We were linked with him in January. I don't know if Arsenal will go for him again, but allegedly Everton plan to sell the 21-year-old Belgian midfielder Onana for around 60 million to fund their transfer plans. I'm not too sure 60 million is worth it. Apparently Ferran Torres could leave Barcelona, so I'm braced to see us linked with him once again. We've obviously previously been linked with Mark Guehi, who's been named in the England squad. Mark Guehi has won possession in defensive third at least 9 more times than any other player in the Premier League. Maybe that's something positive to bear in mind, people. On Mason Mount, Alex Crook of Talkshite has said, been told it's increasingly unlikely Mount will stay at Chelsea beyond the end of the season. Liverpool and Arsenal are very keen, as are Man United, as reported by Sammy Mokbel of the Daily Mail. Once again, check out the other videos. We did go over this, but apparently Manchester United are to launch a £55 million bid to steal the march on their competitors for Mason Mount. Bearing in mind his agents could be using all of the interest from all of these clubs to force Chelsea to give a new deal. But at some point, the game of chicken with him being contracted until 2024 has to run out, and he either has to leave or they run the risk of letting him leave for free, which, whatever you think about Mount, I think he's a good player, and I think him being English, him obviously winning the Champions League with Chelsea, being in the first team for a couple of years, 24 in the England squad and all them things, it's a myth. Apparently, United want to pay in the region of 55 million, and that price falls way below Chelsea's 85 million pound valuation. Now, as much as I like Mount, that's clearly overpriced, especially with a year left on his deal. And if it even 55 million for a player that is good but not great with a year left, as much as I think Mount will be a great signing for us, probably best to stay clear, really and truly. It all depends where you read, because Football Insider are saying Liverpool are in pole position to sign Mount this summer for a reported fee of 70 million, which is 10 million below Chelsea's asking price. They'll probably take that. You know, if Liverpool get McAllister and Mount, they're kind of some good signings, really. Mount's got a bit of drama, completely off topic, but apparently an Instagram influencer is stalking him, people. So stay clear of Arsenal. You know, again, Saka's had a great year and deserves his new contract, but the minute he met Kim Kardashian, things started going wrong. Gundogan to Arsenal. Man City star is key Mikel Arteta transfer target as Barcelona prepare their own bid. I'm sure you, like a number of myself, are tired of hearing this. We know we've joined the race. We know his contract is winding down. And apparently City are expected to offer him a new deal. He's also a target for Barcelona and is attracted by the idea of joining them. He has not made a final decision on his future yet, and Arsenal have now expressed an interest in bringing him to the Emirates Stadium. One would imagine his first choice is probably to go to Spain / stay at Barcelona and stay at Man City, and then it's down to us with what Mikel Arteta could do. He would bring a wealth of experience, 5 league titles. Gundogan's a great player, arguably one of, well, you can say the whole thing, but arguably one of City's players of the season. It evidently would go to Haaland. I think you have to give props to Akanji and Ake. There's obviously Kevin De Bruyne, who's had a good year, and then you've got Gundogan and a bunch of others, people. So, yeah, once again, we was linked with Malcom. We don't need to go over that again. Maybe his agents are pushing that one. We have heard Arsenal are considering cashing in on Emil Smith-Rowe to fund a summer move for James Maddison. Surely the two are not interlinked. Emil Smith-Rowe has actually been named in the England training camp for the Under-21s Championship. He probably needs to use that as a pre-season to put himself in the best stead to hit the ground running for Arsenal next season, to prove to Arteta that you deserve your place back in the team. Quite funny, our number 10 hasn't started in the league this season. Or if he goes either permanently on loan, it is what it is. Surely we could buy Maddison without selling Smith-Rowe. If Leicester stay in the league, maybe you could loan out Smith-Rowe for a year, bring in Maddison. I don't think we should pull the plug on Smith-Rowe yet, but who knows what is going to happen, really. Xhaka, Partey, Smith-Rowe, a number of futures allegedly are in doubt. To kind of wrap this up, apparently Arsenal are considering a move for Torino striker Sanabria, who netted 12 goals, which is a league high for him. Clearly not what we need, really and truly. We're scouting Szoboszlai and Dani Olmo, allegedly. So that will be the third Leipzig player if you consider Mohamed Simikan. Who knows? We're in talks to try and commit Odegaard to a better deal, improved terms, says Fabrizio Romano. We all know Saka has announced his new deal until 2027, which is obviously great news. Nelson, his future still in doubt. He's been offered a 4-year extension, allegedly. We're considering a move for Kimmich. I don't know if you believe that. David Ornstein said that we have joined the race for Mohamed Kudus, and it's again being reiterated by a bunch of other platforms. United, Newcastle United, AC Milan and Inter Milan are all interested, and he will cost 40 million euros. Bayern Munich have been in touch with the entourage of Declan Rice. Xhaka is going to complete a move probably next month to Leipzig for 15 million euros, according to Romano. He will also sign a 4-year deal. Burnley want to sign Lokonga on loan, people. West Ham are interested in Balogun, Lokonga and Reece Nelson. Allegedly, we're in pole position for Caicedo, and Brighton are open to selling him. We've been linked with Xavi Simons quite frequently, the PSV Eindhoven man who's seen Noni Madueke go to Chelsea, Cody Gakpo go to Liverpool. Actually, today, Ruud van Nistelrooy has left. He's got new agents. Maybe he feels that to take the next step in his career, it's now time to leave PSV. We all know Ramsdale signed a new deal, and we've got interest in Cancelo. So it doesn't appear that there's anything new within that regards, people. So with that being said, as I said at the start, comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think on everything we've discussed. Don't forget to hit the like button, people. It helps the platform grow. It helps our platform grow. Obviously, subscribe if you haven't. Most importantly, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you lot again soon.
There's always just that active red light defending. I think it's like